All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. For everybody who just got tuned into PTV World, you're watching World this morning alongside Maha Makhdoom and Shahzad Khan. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are discussing about different issues which parents face or the kids face as well. So in general, we're talking about parenting. And for that particular reason, we have been joined by Dr. Samia Farooq, Ms. Sobia Khatib, and Ms. Tayyib Ahmed.
Exactly, and before the break we were starting to get into a real interesting debate and discussion about the role of mothers and fathers, and they were saying, like, you meet mothers, you work in a school, you see how important the role of the mothers are. And no one's disagreeing with that, but what I said before the break was that we need to now have a balance because there's a lot of stress.
Yes.
Continue with your point that you wanted to say about mothers, because the thing is, the mother is the most important, she has all the responsibility. And then when something goes wrong, she gets all the blame. When something gets good, she doesn't get all the, the
Sorry,
credit.
fathers.
The fathers take that credit as well. So, I mean, oh, you let them do this. It was like, no, the mother was there fighting in that corner. I mean, but not every mother is made to be a mother. So what's happening out there?
Unfortunately, in our society, the girls get married in a very young age, and they don't have experience, and nobody guides them. Even and they.
I mean, experience of motherhood cannot be there before
No,
marriage, right?
no.
Shahzad,
Yeah.
But, no,
That's
but
a
parenting is a skill. Parenting is a skill. Motherhood is also a skill. And everybody, because nowadays everything is specialized, and I would say motherhood, parenthood, both the things need to be specialized. And yes, all over the world, the hospitals, psychologists, they do arrange training workshops for parents, to be parents, fine. And in Pakistan, unfortunately, no. Earlier, grandparents or elders were actually trying to guide young girls how to be a good mother and all that, but nowadays no. And definitely the mothers are living in a nuclear family system. They are alone, fathers are away, everything is on them, they are taking care of
But it is the
home
mother's
as
choice
well.
to live alone as well, in majority. It's
When you're
most
getting
of the time
married,
it's women who say that, I do not want to
Everybody
live in
wants
the
to
home
live
with
in
somebody else.
Conflicts of the family make them to take decision of this side.
Yes.
Usually happen in
Conflict.
this
Yeah, there's not like they're just being difficult and, oh, we want to live away.
Because Maha earlier said both the family system has its pros and cons. Yes.
Absolutely.
So nuclear system has its positive aspects as well, and living with families also have some positive aspects.
Okay, now you said about there's no training for mothers, like these days. Now the thing is there should be training for both parents.
For parenthood. Parenthood is also a specialized field, and we really need to work on it because they are developing a human being.
Exactly.
And that's what I love. Before we move on, that's what I love, because in the West, I'm sorry that I'm giving this example once again, but I watched this documentary where, when in West somebody gets pregnant, they say that we are pregnant, first of all, and then, they have these classes where they have to go, and then they tell you that, how to change a diaper, or what to do and what not to do. I think that's over here, the guy's somewhere else, and
my brother had a baby recently, and we were all saying that he's having a baby, or and he's so involved, it's insane.
Exactly. These are the positive attitudes we have to build up in our society. Okay. And the first, as
leading on from
Taiba is saying, that the conflicts and everything is happening in our society, we don't know. We don't have the paradigms and parameters we have to enlist that what is good and what is bad. And if we see the situation of parenting guidelines and there is no feasibility of availability of anywhere, we have to generate the system where, as on individual basis, as a psychologist, what I'm bridging the gap between the community education system and the especially hospital system. What I'm doing, this is, and creating the awareness section where parents comes to me and guide them how they resolve their conflicts in between the family.
Dr. Samia, what do you feel about this?
There are two extremes. I've come across, there are two types of mothers. One says that I know everything and I don't need any guidance from anybody, and I know all the parenting and which is going on. And the other one is saying that my case is hopeless.
You're the
And
extremes.
And the most of the time, we're referring to husbands as well.
my,
All these
my,
are blessed.
my children don't listen to me, they don't respect me,
Yeah.
they just bypass me, they take their own decisions,
Yeah.
and I'm just an outsider and watching. So these are the true extremes.
See, I'd like to highlight this because I don't think people also realize that the mothers do feel that. Like, you know, the fathers and husbands laugh. But I mean, I've got a niece and I'm like, oh my God, the things I've said or done to my mother. And I'm just like, oh no, that's really painful.
That's painful for her
Yeah.
when you are sidelining her and when you are not listening to her, because her wisdom also counts. Na?
Okay.
You
So what are your recommendations for mothers then? Because we're really running
We're
short
really
of time
short,
and we
yeah.
have to cover quite a lot now.
Yeah.
My recommendation for mothers is to be friends with your children.
Okay.
Get into activities like especially PTA activities.
I would like to say, here comes the father role.
Okay.
Actually, if the
I think that I
father
personally
will
think the
give
father's
the
role is
respect,
overdue.
Thank God somebody thought fathers were
I'd
important.
be saying fathers are
I would
important.
say
Mother, father are
if the
both
father
important.
will give complete respect to mother, children will. Once the father is not giving respect to his wife, the children will not take care.
Yeah.
That means that they have to have a healthy relationship because they have to respect each other to give
Father
respect.
to
role
create
is
that
very
environment
important.
there.
The due respect of the wife from husband's sides really matters a
Okay,
lot.
that's great. But I've got one recommendation as well for all those mothers who are out there.
Non-professional.
Yeah. No, the recommendation which I have is that, you know, women are emotionally very attached to their kids because, you know, they look after them for all their life, you know,
They
the
carry
entire life,
them
you know, because mothers are working 24/7, 365 days as well. So mothers are always friends with their kids. I have not seen a single mother
don't believe that.
who's not friends. Okay,
I
even if
know.
you don't believe that.
No, I know
But
they're not mothers
Okay,
with
but what
girlfriends.
happens is that, you know, mothers do not know where to stop. Because what happens is when a kid makes a mistake, mother just forgives because that's the nature of a mother. If mothers can actually stop at a certain point that now we cannot be friends anymore because you did that, but mothers cannot do that.
Set
It's
the
inevitable.
boundaries line.
The
Yeah.
boundaries.
Yes,
Okay, so let's start with Dr. Samia.
Do you think it's a good solution?
It's a good solution, and
How do we do it?
By giving the children their choices, what careers they have to adopt. You can have discussion on them, and when the basic conflict, when the children come into conflict, when they grow as adults, and when the choosing of the spouse. So both the parents want the guy to be married in their own families. We have a strong brotherly system prevailing in our society. So we don't give weightage to what the sons or the daughters are wanting
Okay.
from their spouses.
Yeah.
From my side, I would like to say to all of the viewers and that, you know, enlist the statement and enlist your own dialogues between you and your children.
List
and
them.
list them.
Okay.
And the very important thing, you have to identify the uniqueness of your child.
Okay.
We don't understand the child is different from the, because we always compare
All the
this
kids in
and-
my house can
Okay,
throw
wait.
things.
Okay, sorry, I just thought of something really important. But what about those parents, like you said, you know, people get married off young, who actually were like, well, I didn't want to have a child so young. You know, how do you know, people who aren't so happy being parents, we should have also given them solutions as well, because I think going on what Tayoba
Yes.
said, you have so many mothers
Yes.
who aren't really interested.
Yes.
You know, they're more interested in
Many,
doing their own
many,
thing.
many
So
mothers.
how do we get that? How do we resolve that as well? Because they're not going to list the interests or find the uniqueness in their child if they resent their child. So how do we stop that kind of animosity?
Oh.
That's a tough
Oh.
one.
I feel in schools, in colleges, in universities, there should be seminars, there should be counseling sessions, and we need to talk about this thing because in schools and colleges, we are, again, I would say the holistic learning, holistic teaching is very, very important, all aspects of life. This is also a very important aspect of life, and we really need to educate our children. When they will grow up, they will be parents, and it's a big responsibility. It will be a biggest responsibility on them, and they will be raising a human being,
That's what-
emotionally, physically, mentally, everything. So they should be educated in schools, in colleges, in university about this aspect. Teachers, counselors, parents, everybody needs to prepare their children for this aspect of life as well. We prepare them to be a doctor, to engineer, but we don't prepare them to be
As
a
a
parent.
human being.
Yes,
Beautiful.
this is
something
something very important.
We don't prepare our girls how to be good mothers. We have to prepare them for their future responsibilities, because the rearing and nurturing of the next generation depends upon the love and affection the mother is giving, the attention that both the parents are giving. So it depends upon how you raise your kids, how you want your kids to be. You have to love the child in order him to provide the love to the society back.
Amazing.
So these are the things which have to be taken into consideration, and counseling and guidance is very important, as she has mentioned. It's a very important
Beautifully
topic.
said, and I think that will definitely make us wrap the show as well. Thank you very much,
Thank you
ladies,
so
for
much.
being over here. It wasn't really an easy job today, ladies and
No, it's
gentlemen.
a huge subject because
Yeah,
it's,
it was-
it's like a spider's web, right? You
Exactly.
get into
One hour is not enough for it.
No,
I think.
it's not
yeah.
enough.
It's not
I
enough.
think because we have been requesting to our boss that, please extend our show another hour as well. So let's see, but because we've got news, we cannot do that at the current moment. But ladies and gentlemen, I think that you might have taken something very useful away, and please
We
make
hope
sure
so.
that if you feel that there is a need to go see someone, so we do have marital therapists as well, we do have clinical psychologists. Please make sure and go to them.
Exactly, and for me personally, from what I think is that, it's not just about training the mothers as well. I know we focus on that, and it is important, and they are the person that carries the child, but fathers, boys really need to learn to step up, and they need to step up their
Yeah.
game and take responsibility.
Exactly, and just two words: equality and inclusion. I think that's what it is.
Absolutely.
It's going to give you a better solution and a better life.
Great, so we do actually have a general knowledge of today, but I have had some technical problems and I haven't got the
Yeah,
information.
okay, so let me tell you. So
So
the
Shahzad is
interesting
good
facts
for you.
we have about today is about snails. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's take a listen to them. Yeah, so snails can sleep for up to 3 years at a time. Wow, what
Oh,
amazing
okay.
species.
And they can have about 25,000 teeth.
25,000 snails have no legs, but they have 1 foot.
And all the different snails have different spiral patterns.
They live inside a shell, which they carry on their back.
And
yeah.
as you know, they like to eat vegetables like lettuce and cabbage.
And 15% of snails that are eaten by birds survive their digestion and are found alive in their droppings. The potentially leads to the spread of snail populations.
Did you say about the sleeping?
No.
Okay, yeah. So snails
Yeah,
can
I
sleep
did
up,
say
yeah,
that.
up to 3 years. I should have been born a snail.
Lazy species.
Okay, with that, log on to our Facebook fan page,
Which is with the name of World This Morning.
our Twitter page,
World This Morning with Audi G.
our Daily Motion and YouTube page.
World This Morning, World This Morning.
And the repeat is at
11 p.m.
Have a wonderful weekend. Be safe, be good, and we will see you bright and early on Monday morning.
And do not forget to tune into PT World
Oh,
on
no,
Sunday,
we'll see you on Sunday.
11 a.m. till 1 p.m. We'll be right here in the studios with some amazing mothers, kids, and we've got quite a lot of questions to ask
It's a
as
fun
well.
show.
So 1, 2, 3, good
Good
morning.
morning.